Hi, everyone. Mean Gene Okerlund on behalf of Coliseum Video and the official World Wrestling Federation home video series. For the next hour and a half, the best of the WWF Volume 15. In this outstanding cassette, we have not only action, but a few surprises as well. Like 3 contests that have never been televised. A most embarrassing match, as Mr. Fuji shows everyone how not to run a tag team. And if it's the great continuing history of the World Wrestling Federation you're after for your permanent home video collection, look no further. There are no less than 3 championships here, including the ladies' individual title, the ladies' tag team title, and the men's tag team belts. And you will see each and every one of them change hands on this single program. Add to all of this exclusive commentary and analysis by the wrestlers themselves, and you have, just as the name implies, the very best of the WWE.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is scheduled.
We begin with a Coliseum exclusive and what we sometimes call a dark match, meaning that it has never been televised. The only place to see this matchup is here in the WWE home video series. And what a battle this is. One of the Islanders, and pound for pound, one of the very strongest men of the World Wrestling Federation, Haku. The opposition, none other than the former Intercontinental Champion, Tito Santana.
Hello again, everyone. Bruce Pritchard at ringside, along with Mike McGurk and luscious Johnny V from the Mecca Arena in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, is the Islander, Haku.
About to approach the ringside area. He will be escorted by his tag team partner, Rick Martel from Tacoma, Mexico, weighing 2.
And in the ring, the Islander Haku has been introduced, but not introduced. Tito Santana of Strike Force. And Tito Santana going to work right now on the Big Islander.
Santana is mad. He's ready.
Indeed, a lot of bad blood between Strike Force and the Islanders in a tremendous matchup, Johnny V.
Only thing I gotta say, the guy either must not like that girls and cars, or he must not like the drums along the Mohawk music. One of those 2 things.
Well, Tito Santana right now going to work on Haku, and Haku going out to higher
I'm gonna tell
ground.
you something right now. This guy opened up a can of worms, baby. You make these Islanders mad, they will forget all about the rules, they'll forget about anything, they'll forget about the Mecca Arena, they'll forget about Milwaukee, and they'll zero in on you and cripple you in no short order.
Well, I believe it may be the other way around, with the Islanders may have indeed opened up a can of worms by attacking one Tito Santana while he was in the broadcast booth not too long ago, Mike.
Nevertheless, coached by their manager, Mr. Heenan. He calls himself the Brain. When you've got a manager like that, they throw out the rule book.
Now, why would you say he calls himself the Brain, Mike?
I
Don't
don't
you feel that he is the Brain?
No, I've talked to him before. He's not the Brain.
Oh, stand-up comedian, huh?
In the ring, Haku and Santana going after it.
More like brainless.
Nice shoulder block that time by Haku. Beautiful leg trip by Tito Santana. And Tito not about to let up, driving the head of Haku into that canvas. Covered by Santana, but only 2. And if you notice on the outside of the ring, Rick Martel at ringside to somewhat even up the score.
Well, I really don't feel that the presence of Rick Martel is going to have a bearing on this match, but if you feel so, we'll just go along with that.
Bruce, they still have 1 man less, and in the Strike Force, in their corner, you've got Heenan that makes the other man. You've got
that's
2
true.
against, yeah.
Mathematics does take a part here, Mike. There's no doubt about it. There is 3 against 2. But the difference is Bobby the Brain Heenan out there with that brain trust out there, you see, because he can buzz his man out there and tell him exactly when to do this and when to do that, and maybe when to jump in. I say maybe. But I don't think so. I think Haku's got the whole situation in that. Now, there's a real ugly face for you right there. I don't know why they're even there. Get back to the main man right there. Bobby the Heenan and Tama.
Well,
you see Haku in there, and watch him open up with those chops. They'll bust a coconut like nothing.
Forces on the outside of the ring. Rick Martel in the corner of Tito Santana. And inside the ring, Tito showing some great work.
Watch this.
And Haku stopped him short, but
Oh.
Santana trying to reverse it.
Look at Martel out
maybe
there.
a little too strong.
Mike, do you see Martel out there trying to distract the referee?
Yes.
He's trying to distract the
Oh, he's
referee,
not
but it's not
distracting
working.
the referee. He's coaching his man.
It's not the what I see.
Not only have you lost your hair, you need to gain some vision.
Tito Santana gaining the upper hand, and he may have it.
Oh!
Only two is Haku out in the nick of time. Beautiful arm drag by Santana. As you can see Tom on the outside, not in total agreement with the way the match is going at this time, Johnny V.
And I cannot see how this man can stay outside the ring out there and watch these rules being broken in here by Tito Santana and seeing, again, it's time to say, Martel distracting the referee, which is totally illegal.
Well, I believe I'm watching the same match as you are, Johnny V, and I haven't seen Tito Santana break any rules thus far.
Well, Martel is out there. He's uttering different things to that referee, and that poor man is just subjecting himself to all kind of abuse. Look at these headbutts, man.
Tremendous headbutts by Haku. High slam, and Haku going into the corner.
This is where he goes, yes.
Oh,
And nobody's home.
not a soul home down there.
Tito Santana now going to work on the leg as Haku going for the ropes.
There you go. Now, here's going to be a little bit of brotherly advice here. Letting him know that I'll be there if you need me, brother.
I'm sure.
Oh, what a thrust it was to the Adam's apple there by Haku, baby. What a thrust it was.
Indeed, Haku slowing down the momentum of Tito Santana. And a
yeah.
kick right into the midsection line.
He's going to wish he's down there at the Taco Bell in the drive-thru section right now, I'll tell you that.
He's staying right in there with him, Johnny.
Nice
Tremendous
suplex
suplex
by
down there. It's
Haku.
going to be at
No.
2.5, 2 3/4, maybe, almost a 3.
Going to take a lot more than that to put down Tito Santana.
Wow. How close can you get? Close, but no cigar just yet. He's got Tito Santana in a very, very bad situation.
And Haku now slowing the pace down a little bit.
Oh, this is it right here. This will be the recap.
Shoulder breaker by Haku. He goes to the pin, but once again, not enough to keep Santana down for the 3 count.
A little bit more punishment, a little more of those karate kicks, a little bit more of the sumo experience, a little bit more Islander on you, baby. Come on, ref, ask him. And he is asking him. He's saying, Tito Santana, do you want me to call it quits? You want me to yell, Mammy?
And this capacity crowd here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin gets behind Tito Santana, as does his partner, one half of the Strike Force, Rick Martel, and it encourages
We're
Tito
going
on.
toe-to-toe here, baby.
No love lost in this one. You can bet on that.
A right and a left, and a left and a right.
And Haku now sends Santana into the corner, only to be met by 2 feet of Santana.
That's what it is. Now he needs to regroup. When you say, Johnny B?
No doubt about it, this guy's going to try to regain his composure. It looks like he's doing so here, much against my better judgment and wishes.
Big right back hand by Tito Santana.
Big high, oh, brother. He must have been 12 feet in the air.
And the tide has changed as Tito Santana now sends Haku into the ropes. Haku reverses. Beautiful maneuver by Tito Santana.
Look at this.
There goes his partner, I told you.
Now Tom
There
up
goes
to
the
the top
partner.
rope,
Oh.
but right there for the save.
A blatant
Rick Martel.
interference call. Good call, referee. That's got to be disqualification.
The only interference I saw was Tama attempting to get in the ring.
What do you mean? I'm talking about that Rick Martel's interference.
Rick Martel was right there to
Look at
stop
Martel.
Tama.
He has no business in that ring.
Rick Martel only there to stop Tama from coming down off that top rope onto his partner.
I've never seen nothing in my life. I want to see it. What is the decision? What's the decision?
Let's go to ringside for the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee's official decision, a double disqualification.
I can't believe it. Double disqualification.
The referee disqualifying both Tito Santana and Haku.
Says you, brother.
We have
Resulting
to
disqualified.
We have to
Strike
get the end
Force.
of this.
The match resulting in double disqualification as we take a look at exactly how it all took place.
Here you see
Oh.
the Mexican Spitfire coming off that side rope, baby, with that forearm fist of
Now
his.
watch this.
And as you see right here,
Well, I
Tama
don't see
going up
nothing.
to the
I
top
don't see
rope.
nothing, Mike. Only thing I see is that white T-shirt.
There.
I
Rick
see
Martel
Martel.
right there to stop him, Johnny V.
That's not what I see.
Tito sends him into the ring, resulting in a double disqualification.
I see a disqualification for the Strikeforce, and I didn't see it.
We continue with an important chapter in Tito Santana's already successful career. This match is the first of our 3 championship contests where Santana teams with Rick Martel to form Strikeforce and take the belt from the Hart Foundation.
Total combined weight of 515 pounds. Here are the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, Hitman Bret Hart, Anvil Jim Neidhart, the Hart Foundation. And their opponents, at a total combined weight of 475 pounds, here are the challengers, Tito Santana and Rick Martel, Strikeforce.
What a tag team matchup this is going to be! Martel, Santana, Strikeforce against the Hart Foundation. It's pick-up time, Jesse Ventura.
Well, I'll tell you, this is a great matchup. You got the speed of Strikeforce going against, shall we say, the deceit and the strength of the Hart Foundation.
Jimmy Hart holding the titles in his hands. Championship belts, maybe for the last time. Who knows?
Well, you know what it shows me? It shows me the Hart Foundation is ducking no one. They're wrestling champions, and especially to put their championship on the line on television. I've never heard of such a thing.
Hart Foundation to meet these 2 premier athletes, Santana and Martel. Come on, let's get the match underway. Jimmy Hart stalling a bit.
The biggest positive note about this whole match is at least it keeps Chico Santana off the microphone.
Now, wait a minute.
Gives those Spanish people a break.
Well, I don't think he's going to be giving the Hart Foundation a break.
I was going to say, Vince, the question is if the Hart Foundation, even though they defend their title many times successfully, if they've met anybody quite with the speed of these 2, the Strikeforce. I don't know.
Well, the good thing about it is they can keep their eye on Santana. He's not going to come appearing from behind the scenes, you know, jumping into the ring and stuff like that.
Nice maneuver by Martel. Oh, my goodness! Another drop kick. Rick Martel, a large and arm drag takedown. Based on what we've seen just far, it appeared to me that at least the Hitman is a little over-anxious.
He might be. He's probably a little tight right now. He made a mistake early, but he's not paying for it yet.
Well, the kind of speed that the Strikeforce shows keeps the other 2 off balance, and that's what they're going to try to do, because if you can keep them off balance, you're going to do a number on them.
Look at this. Double team effort. Santana moments ago. Over to try to get to the anvil.
Now, I think the key to this match is for referee Joey Morella to make sure Strikeforce is making legal tags in there.
Oh, brother.
Come on, come
They
on,
like
Jesse.
doing that quick tag and 2 of them in the ring at once.
Hitman tried to scoop him up. Santana rolled. No, nice maneuver by the Hitman, Bret Hart.
You might fool the Hitman once, but you're not going to fool him twice.
The anvil coming in. The anvil finding himself in an armbar. The anvil with Santana, bringing him back over to the not-so-neutral corner, blocked by Santana. Firing off a series of rights. Look at this.
I really can't believe Santana's going to exchange with Neidhart.
But look at this, Santana hammering away. Santana is tenacious. Whip to the ropes. Back off to the... Oh, no, look at that. You saw that.
Beautiful move by Bret Hart. Bret Hart sliding down the apron, lifting the knee up, and catching Chico Santana in the small of the back.
With a cheap shot.
The anvil on top of Santana. Come on, referee.
It is not a cheap shot if they win the match. Then they get a lot of money, and it can hardly be cheap.
Well, right now they got him hurt, and you can bet that the anvil is going to really work on Santana.
Well, you can see Santana's hanging on that rope. He doesn't want to get dragged into the Hart Foundation corner.
Are you looking at the same match I'm looking at?
Definitely.
Santana back to his feet. Legal tag made. Here comes the Hitman again. Wide open Tito Santana. Oh, down into the kidneys. Another shot.
You see how smart Bret Hart is. He drove that knee into the kidneys. He immediately gets into the ring and starts working on it. Here, look at the big backbreaker.
And down to the kidneys again. Cover. We have 1, 2, and... Ooh.
Well, that was really close.
Hitman Bret Hart with a kick to the lower abdominal area. Jimmy Hart with that megaphone. Santana firing up. And again, has a little something behind the punches. But look at this. Held again. Oof, for the anvil to come crashing down in the ring.
Smart tag team wrestling, though. Santana started to hit Bret Hart, and what happened? Hart's close enough to his corner to make a tag to the fresh man, the Anvil. Now look at the Anvil's tying the referee up. Brilliant tag team wrestling, and here comes Rick Martel illegally into the ring.
Look at that. Come on, referee. Turn around. It would be a shame if a match of this consequence, of this significance, ended in a controversial decision from a referee. Anvil missing, I think, with the first boot, but he sure connected with the second one.
The Hart Foundation know that their title's in danger because they're meeting Premier Team here. Whoa, outside he goes. And they'll pull every cheap stunt.
Yes, indeed, and that's where they can really cut loose down from the apron.
And look how smart. You know, Neidhart's not just brawn. He's a smart wrestler. He tied the referee, Joey Marella, up on that. Got him talking in the ring. Didn't allow him to see Bret Hart do that on outside of the ring.
Tito Santana on the outside. Jimmy Hart, a moment ago, chased by Martel, but look at this. Still more damage done to Santana, now shut back into the ring by the Hitman. A cover, no.
Oh, look at this. Look at this now. There's Martel, illegal in the ring.
Yep.
What do you mean? Neidhart and Bret Hart's been doing it throughout the match.
And the tag just about ready to be made.
No. Now fair play. Turnabout's fair play right there. It's one apiece.
The Anvil just hammering and mauling Tito Santana.
I bet you Chico wishes he was back on the microphone right now. He pounds his face in the mat one more time. He will never talk on a microphone again.
The Anvil with Tito Santana. And the fans really encouraging Santana and Martel to get it going. But wait a minute, look at this. Oh, no!
It could be over.
That could very well do it. 2 and yes, no.
Now it looked to me like that referee paused before that third count.
He kicked out before he could come down with the count of 3.
The main thing for a referee is to have a consistent count. Each count should be the same, and I feel that that count was not the same.
Santana slammed to the canvas. Oh, he missed with the elbow. Santana making his way back over to tag partner Martel, inching over. No. The advance will stop right there.
Well, if Chico Santana doesn't make a tag pretty soon, this match is history. He's been in there a long time. The Harts have changed in and out on him 3 or 4 times. Chico's got to be running down. He don't have much left.
Well, Tito, not Chico.
Chico, that's what I said, Chico.
Oh, no, come on. This is ridiculous. And you can't blame Martel. You just can't idly stand there and watch what's going on.
But you notice he causes more damage when he comes into the ring. If he'd stay on the apron, the referee'd be there to break it up.
Come on, referee, look what's happening here.
Hey, he's trying in there. You got 4 men in there vying for the World Tag Team Championship.
Well, there's no question the Harts will stoop to any depth to retain the title.
Certainly. Wouldn't you?
In the ring now, the Hitman, Bret Hart. I can't believe Santana's on his feet.
The Harts are doing nothing any different than what Bruno did when he was champion.
Oh, is that
Bruno
right?
would stoop to any level to keep his title.
Reversal by Santana.
Bret Hart hit that turnbuckle extremely hard.
Now if only could take out. If he can take Martel right now, they can get Hart right here. Hart is hurt. Look at it.
What a surprise maneuver by Santana with the reversal. Santana making his way over the tag. And unfortunately, yes! Two freshmen in there, and look at him go toe-to-toe. Drop kick sends him down. Over. Rick Martel. With Neidhart, reversal. Martel to the buckle. Throwing right back out of the corner. Score two. Oh, come on, he could have had it.
Oh.
He could have had the world title right there.
That could have been it. If there would have been no interference, that would have been it. You would have seen new champions.
Meanwhile, Santana sent the hitman reeling. Ooh, down to the midsection.
Look at this double team.
All right.
All right.
That's right.
Slam. Santana gets out of there. Martel trying to get him over.
Boston Crab, submission. Oh, he gave up. Submission.
The only thing I gotta say, it took a double team to do it.
This capacity crowd is electric. Look at this. There is jubilation here. Martel Santana apparently victorious, but it won't be official until we hear the decision.
Here are your winners and new World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, Strike Force.
Martel Santana victorious. Look at this capacity crowd. All up on their feet. Let's go back and take a look.
Boy, this was a tough match, but what a way to win a title. As we see right now, Martel getting the best of Neidhart. That's right. Here we go. We're going to see a double slam over here. But look at this. Here we're going to see Martel with the Boston Crab. Watch the way he executed it. What a way to win a title with a submission. Fantastic.
Martel and Santana, you World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions.
This contest is scheduled for one fall.
Talk about a battle of the big boys. The next in our series of never televised bouts, Bam Bam Bigelow meeting King Kong Bundy.
Kong Bundy. His opponent.
Oh, yeah!
Led towards the ring area by his manager, Oliver Humperdinck, from Asbury Park, New Jersey, weighing 393 pounds.
Look at that. Yeah!
Bam!
Man's back. The man is
Bigelow!
You know, this is interesting. Both of these guys coming from New Jersey. This is like the battle for New Jersey. Not that anybody really wants New Jersey.
You're going to be there soon for the Slammies.
Oh, that's right. That's in New Jersey, isn't it?
Atlantic City. Caesars. Look at these two big monsters.
Oh, I can't
My
wait for this
goodness.
matchup.
You know, you got 800 pounds over here. A little over 800 pounds between these two guys.
And you know the remarkable thing,
look at that.
you got 800 pounds in there, but you've also got a very quick 800 pounds on both sides.
That's true.
But
Both-
Bam Bam's quicker.
You think so?
Yes.
I think so. I think he's a shade quicker and a bit more agile. Maybe a lot more agile.
Well, one thing I know is not going to happen in this matchup.
Right.
Nobody's going to pull hair.
Good point, Jesse. Good point.
Look at this. They're both almost the same height.
Look at this. There's a shoving match going on here. Whoa.
Whoa.
Nobody goes down.
I bet that's the first time in Bundy's career he's never knocked anybody down like that.
Bam Bam tries it. Bam Bam can't knock Bundy down.
And probably the first time in his career he's never knocked anybody down.
Wants to try it again. Missing with a roundhouse, right back. And Bundy goes.
Whoa.
Hard way.
Bundy had to slip on that.
Bam Bam moving in. Out and Bam Bam for the ride. Bundy moves in.
Whoa.
Bam Bam drops the elbow. A cover, 1, 2, and no, Bundy kicking out.
You know, it's amazing with all this size in the ring, and the result might come out of quickness. Which man can stay the quicker for the longest period of time?
Well, quickness, or it could be who's going to deliver the biggest blows. And I'll tell you, they can both deliver some heavy, heavy blows. So we'll just wait and see who wears who down first.
Armbar, Bam Bam. Mean and nasty, same as Bundy. Bam Bam, off the rope. Off the rope. Ooh, whoa. That time.
Bundy dropped him hard with that second clothesline move.
Look at that cranium.
Well, that stunned Bigelow, huh?
Bigelow is down. Bigelow has hurt. Bundy's wasting too much time. He needs to get in there and finish him off. Bobby Heenan's arrived. Now it's totally evened up.
Bam Bam to the rope. Bundy working in the midsection. Oh my goodness, forget about it.
Bundy needs to get to a neutral corner. He should take the count out if he can get it. A win over Bam Bam any way, shape, or form would be a tremendous boost to Bundy's career.
You kidding me?
What's the troll doing out there?
He's not a troll.
Hey, you know, everybody thinks this guy's a great guy. Well, I seen the true Humperdinck, Prince Humperdinck, and the Princess Bride. He ain't so terrific.
Different Humperdinck, and Bundy doesn't want Bam Bam to come back in.
What's your count with him?
Here's where the managers come into play. So importantly is in positions like this.
Bam Bam back up on the apron, maybe not for long. Bundy continuing to hammer away. Whoa.
And obviously Heenan's told Bundy, don't let him back in the ring.
That's it. Don't be fair about it. I mean, you know, let's not have an athletic contest here. No.
Hey, you win by any way. What are you talking about? This is a great athletic
Bundy.
contest.
Oh,
Bam!
goodness.
Bundy should go for the splash here.
I think he heard you. Here he comes. Oh. Bam Bam goes for the splash. 1, 2, yeah.
That was a fast count. That was a fast count. That was not a legitimate 3 count right there. No way. No way.
Here is the winner, Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam Bigelow. Victorious. Go get him, Bam Bam.
I can't believe the quickness of that count. That's an atrocity.
Bam Bam and Humperdinck victorious. Let's go back. Pick up the replay.
What you're going to see in the replay here is that Bigelow was smart. Look, he ducks out of the way, and here he comes. Bundy stunned himself, he hurt himself, and now look at this Bigelow. He shoots way up in the air, and he comes down with that almost 400-pound.
Look, wait a minute.
Up, and there's your pin.
That was a slow count.
That's slow motion, you idiot.
Bam Bam Bigelow victorious over King Kong Bundy.
First of all,
The Glamour Girls, managed by Jimmy Hart, have had an outstanding reign as the Ladies World Tag Team Champions. But in January of 1988, in Hamilton, Ontario, they would meet a Japanese team that some fans are already calling perhaps the most exciting ladies combination ever. They are Itsuki Yamazaki and Norio Tatino. They are the Jumping Bomb Angels.
Oh, missed drop kick. Leilani Kai now with one of the Angels. Whoa! Ah, did you see that?
That's a flying mare the hard way by the hair.
Look at that, and another one. These girls are tough. I mean, really tough. Oh, Judy Martin helping out with the knee. Now the tag is made. Judy Martin, the legal girl in the ring. A scoop and a slam. Cover. Quick cover. Look at that.
Whoa.
What an escape. What a takedown. Go for it. 2, almost 3. Judy Martin better watch herself here. These Jumping Bomb Angels are something else.
Well, that they are. I've had a chance to see them on a couple occasions. Look at that
Oh,
move.
my, what a headbutt.
And I've never seen a girl wrestle quicker than this Bomb Angel in the ring right now.
And what's going to happen? Nice maneuver, suplex, cover. Only one. Wow, what a matchup.
McMahon, I got a question for you.
What's that?
What's the names of the two Bomb Angels?
Unfortunately, I can't speak Japanese all that well, Jesse.
I mean, I might want to date later tonight, and I might want to approach one of these girls. What do I call them, a Bomb Angel?
No, let's call the one in the ring Pink and the one out on the apron, let's call her Red, I guess.
Oh, that's real clever.
Well, what else are you gonna do? Pink in the ring, the Pink Angel. Off the rope. Oh! Flying body press missed. That's Judy Martin, the veteran. She knows what. Oh, she misses! Tag is made. Leilani Kai, a little reluctant about entering the ring. As well, perhaps he should be now. Is the Pink Angel. Lifts the knee to the chest area and tagging in the Red Angel. Jumping Bomb Angel. Wow. Nice maneuver.
Like I said
Drop
earlier,
kick.
the Glamour girls can't afford to let him use aerial tactics because I've never seen anyone better in women's wrestling than the Bomb Angels.
Cover that woman. Down for the count. 2 and almost 3.
You know, McMahon, if you noticed how
Look at
dapper,
this.
look how dapper the mouth of the South is outside that ring. Check out his
I'm looking
sport
at
jacket.
this. Submission hold here. Oh, Judy Martin kicks Leilani Kai. All 4 lady wrestlers in the ring at the same time. And row your boat.
Whoa, that's double figure 4 leg locks.
Jimmy Hart really upset, as well he should be.
This could be a submission. This is 2 out of 3 falls. But she's got that figure 4 cinched on.
The Angels, one of the great tag teams in the World Wrestling Federation, taking nothing away from the Glamour Girls.
The Glamour girls are the best. They're the champions.
They're the best thus far.
Whoa.
Jimmy Hart is having a bad night.
Well, at least he's looking good having a bad night.
And once again, I think we're going to see that maneuver we saw before. Yes.
Whoa. I've never seen that done before quite like that. And if I haven't seen it, I know for sure you ain't.
Haven't. Not can't. Reach for the tag, fails. Jumping Bomb Angels doing a very good job thus far of keeping Leilani Kai away from tagging her partner, Judy Martin.
I know this is trivial, McMahon, but this is cable. I can say ain't.
Oh, boy. That's the second time you've offended the youth of America. More pressure applied to the leg area. And the
She's
jumping
trying to
Bomb.
turn her over.
I think so. Tag made. In comes the Red Angel, for lack of a better term. Inching her way over, and no. Get the woman out. Oh, look at that. And again, Leilani Kai inches her way over to tag Judy Martin, and the tag not quite there. There it is. No, there it's not. And again. No, sir, that's not a legal tag. Referee stopped her right there.
Definitely not. You got to have your feet on the mat. You can't have your feet up on a rope when you make a tag.
Now these little angels having a brief word a moment ago in the corner.
Come on, there you go. Move it back. Come on, that's it. Come on, get the circulation back. Get the circulation. Come on.
Listen to
Put some
Jimmy
weight
Hart.
on it. Get the circulation. Come on now.
Nice maneuver. No, wait a minute. Who's going to win this? Oh, my juicy that. Wow. That'll take it right out of you. Judy Martin, the largest of the women in this matchup. Uh-oh.
I don't know. Is that a compliment, calling one of them the largest?
Well, I would think it, in this particular case, it would be.
And if I were you, I'd be careful, McMahon, because Judy Martin, I'd put money on her. She could whip you.
The question is whether or not the Glamour Girls can retain the title in defeating the Jumping Bomb Angels.
Whoa!
Whoa!
What a move that was.
Cover, that's got to be it for the first fall.
Yes.
It is. Jimmy Hart deliriously happy with the Glamour Girl. All right, ready for the second fall here. And the participants in the last fall must begin the second fall. And indeed they do. Wow, look at that. Judy Martin asserting herself all over again.
Well, they're doing a smart move. The Glamour girls are getting the Bomb Angel into the corner, which allows more double teaming. She's hurt already. They're going for a quick second fall to end this thing.
Whoa, what a maneuver. Whoa. One, look at that. What a bridge. What a bridge. What tremendous strength that takes. The scoop and the slam. Off, missing by a country mile. And the tag is made now.
Beautiful drop kick.
And, oh, what a clothesline. Noreno, the Pink Angel. Here she comes. Yes. A cover. 1, 2, and no. Noreno with another cover. Count of 2.
What's her name?
If I'm pronouncing it correctly, it's Noreno.
Noreno.
It's Suki in there also.
Noreno, that sounds Italian to me.
Well, Jesse, I don't know.
She don't look Italian.
No, she doesn't. Wait a minute.
Oh, no! The Glamour girls clotheslined each other. Unbelievable move.
A classic mistake. Off the rope. Uh-oh, look at that. That's where the size pays off.
Oh, definitely. The Glamour girls have the advantage weight-wise. Don't tell them I said that.
Oh, my, did you see that? 2. How about that?
It's all even up, a fall apiece.
1 fall apiece. Itsuki and Noreno. So happy as we take you now to the replay. Itsuki and Noreno evening this, I believe, at 1 fall apiece. Oh my, lost her balance. Judy Martin down. The cover. Leilani Kai and Martin lose the second fall. Too bad.
The winners of the second fall, evening this bout at 1 fall apiece, the Jumping Bomb Angels.
You know, the fortunate thing we have is that it only takes a 3 count to win a match because referee Joey Morella, I don't think, could make it to 4.
You don't think so?
He's capable of 3, but I don't think much after that.
Here's a count of only 1. Leilani Kai covering. Off the rope now, Itsuki. Oh, a block. Itsuki hammering away. Roundhouse misses again. What? Whoa, wow. Wow. And up and down. And the cover. No, not quite. Itsuki brings in the hard way. Judy Martin, legal tag made. And now, Noreno comes in. Look at this, she's coming in via the top rope. Slam in, a knee. And the cover, that could do it. No, that won't do it.
I'll tell you, Judy Martin's tough, but she's not going to take too much more of that.
Another slam, another cover. We get 2 and nope, a kick out. Uh-oh, here comes another suplex, I believe. No. Whoa, nicely done.
Look at the bridge, look at the bridge.
Come on, ref, it's right there. Oh, come on, he was a little slow on the mark.
Hey, that's your referee, Morello. Woe be to you to criticize a ref.
Tag is made now. Nice maneuver into a cover. Wow, count of 2. These Glamour girls are tough.
They're tough, but Judy Martin, the Glamour girl's not going to take too much more that she needs desperately to tag.
And again, going to, this time, the corner. Itsuki! Oh! Oh, wow. Had she landed with that, it definitely would have been all over.
But
a desperation maneuver.
But she didn't.
And now it's all over, but no, it's not. Boy, what tenacity these Jumping Bomb Angels have.
Well, you can tell these titles mean a lot to both teams because they're pulling out all the stops. They're using everything in their arsenal to try to win, and we're down to the last fall.
Clothesline by Noreno. Come on, ref, get over there. Oh, Leilani tried.
Leilani Tai quick to get in there and break that up. But see, that's a mistake too. She's got Joey Marella tied up.
Wait a minute, they're both going up to the top. What's going to happen here? Double drop kick. Referee's back was turned. This could be it. Yes!
I dispute that. I dispute that.
They may be not to be outdone by the Mr. Fuji and by Tiger Chung Lee.
One of the very popular programs from Coliseum Video is entitled Wrestling's Most Embarrassing Moments. And our next segment is an entire match that certainly qualifies, as Mr. Fuji and Tiger Chung Lee team up and never quite get the right mix.
Brawl. A couple of words going between the two brothers, the Samoans. Everything's okay now, I presume. Going for the eyes, as Mr. Fuji seems to be. Breaking the taped wrist, but not for long. Nice chop across the Adam's apple down, Mr. Fuji. And a headbutt to boot. What the commotion is, well, there's something in the foreign subject in the right hand or fist. Fuji, Worley checking him out.
And he's a master. As far as hiding things, he did so beautifully there.
Well, the fans are pointing, and apparently Worley seems satisfied. There's nothing going on.
From our vantage point, I saw it too. I'm not so certain he might not have had that salt or perhaps some other foreign object. There's an exchange, and quite obvious. For those of you watching at home, there you can see it, plain as day. Our foreign object that we alluded to earlier, Dick.
Okay, our alert cameraman at ringside picking up the foreign object. And still Worley checking out Mr. Fuji. He'll find nothing as we know, but Worley has not seen what we have seen. There we are, back in it again.
Well, there's the exchange.
Talk about sly.
And now the referee is checking over Tiger Chung Lee. And again the exchange.
Fuji taunted the Samoans with that foreign object and then handed it up again. I think he has it back in his tights. I'm not sure. They make contact now.
Now there's a couple of those double heart punches to the upper torso. Big Sika.
Tag made again. In up, out Sika.
Oh, headbutt.
Right to the breastbone.
Followed by a reverse knife edge by Wild Samoa #1. Mr. Fuji down at a knee. And now all of a sudden, I believe, Afa detected that foreign object again, and I think he was making a move for it. Body slam by Mr. Fuji as he just kind of stands over the large body of Afa, Samoa #1, snapmare takedown. And what has Mr. Fuji got in mind at this juncture?
Well, he's going up with a
He mounts the ropes. Could be the cry of bonsai. Nobody home.
Everybody evacuated, and Fuji knows too well it was a bad move. The intention was good. The move started out okay, but Afa ducked it, and suddenly Fuji in trouble.
Fuji, I think, a little bit worse for wear on the bottom side. Oh, the reverse atomic drop.
Here's Fuji.
Gotta pinch a little. Fuji, tag, Tiger Chung Lee. Fuji in bad shape right now. Tiger Chung Lee, toe to the sternum. Pick up, body slam. Tiger Chung Lee, now outside of the ropes. Up at that second turnbuckle. Mounts the top one. And he's going to try and make a move. Oh, woohoo!
He took it to him.
Oh, the headbutt between the shoulder blades.
Tag made, Sika in, Afa out.
The Samoans are on a roll, 2 count.
Close, but no cigar, no hooking of the leg. Headbutt, down goes Tiger Chung. No tag, he was reaching for a tag.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Fuji hung him out to dry.
Dick Graham, let's hold the phone just a second. I believe
I do believe that Mr. Fuji turned his back on the tag.
He did, in fact.
Now he's asking for the tag. Tiger Chung Lee.
No!
Oh, he walked away from it. You've got to be kidding me.
I never saw it. Oh.
Never in my life.
He hung him out to dry.
But in the meantime, Sika totally dominating Tiger Chung Lee. And he just catapults him to the canvas. And now Mr. Fuji, ladies and gentlemen, has walked away from the ring.
He's going for an early shower, apparently.
He has walked away from the heat of the battle. Double headbutt.
Oh!
And again, Wild Samoans. Off Sika. 2,
it's all over. And I'll tell you,
what a change of events during the course of this match. But Dick Graham, the real surprise to me, undoubtedly has got to be the fact that on at least 2 occasions, Mr. Fuji walked away from a tag from his partner. Earlier on, Fuji became terribly frustrated with what was taking place to Tiger Chung Lee, and he actually slapped him across the face.
Well, for no apparent reason, Gene. I can't figure out why he hung him out to dry.
This is teamwork, and obviously that was not the case. Let's get the official decision from our ring
Ladies
announcer.
and gentlemen, the winners of this contest, the team of Afa and Sika, the Wild Samoans.
All right, hold on. Here comes Mr. Fuji back to the ring. I'll tell you what, it's too late now. The best he's going to be able to do is muster an apology.
Oh,
come on. Hold on. Wait a minute.
He's
Mr.
choking
Fuji.
him.
Fuji has taken the microphone cord and has wrapped it around the neck of Tiger Chung Lee. There has been a blowout between these 2 allies. No longer so. Karate chop.
Why? I can't understand it.
Outside of the ring right now, Tiger Chung Lee, as you can see, all wrapped up in a cord and a chair and a ring bell. And Mr. Fuji, I cannot believe Mr. Fuji. Don't tell me. Tiger Chung Lee is back on his feet, but out of nowhere, out of left field, appears the kendo stick, that very controversial piece of equipment that goes to the ring with this man every time he is introduced. And Mr. Fuji had better be concerned. Here comes Tiger Chung Lee, kendo stick in hand. And watch out, ladies and gentlemen, this could be it. A blowout has taken place between these 2 allies.
Oh!
Tiger Chung Lee missing. And he is hot. This friendship of quite some time has been thrown out this week here in the World Wrestling Federation between this man, Tiger Chung Lee, and his former tag team partner, Mr. Fuji.
From New Orleans, Louisiana, Sherry Martel.
The ladies' individual title is the last of our championship changes. A dynasty ends here as the sensational Sherry defeats the person who has held the WWE title longer than anyone in history, the fabulous Moolah. And if you ever wanted to hear a truly odd couple at the announcer's table, just give a listen to Gorilla Monsoon and the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
Here by this tremendous crowd here in the Sam Houston Coliseum for Moolah. Probably, I don't know, what would you say, Mouth? I think that it had maybe a toss-up between her and San Martino as to who held the title the longest.
Well, that's right. You know, Gorilla, somebody said that Moolah has been ladies champion for 28 years. Can you believe that?
Well, someone told me that they remember that she won the title during the Roosevelt administration.
You've got to be kidding me, man.
Well, only joking, Jimmy, but she has held it, oh my God, it must be at least 15 to 17 years, would you not say?
You better believe it. Like I said before, you know, she's always ready. She's, you know, a great competitor, really. The fabulous Moolah, man.
She certainly is. Well, she's got her work cut out for her, for sure, here in Houston, Texas, against Sherry Martel, who really doesn't have to take a back seat to anybody.
Well, you know, she looks pretty young. She looks pretty cool, pretty confident.
Well, I think that, you know, you remember what happened in WrestleMania 3. It was a little gathering of the minds there between the Fabulous One and the King.
You better believe it. The king and queen of the WWE, right,
Well,
baby?
it remains to be seen what comes out of that. Standing wrist lock by the champion, and Martel gets rid of her immediately with a hair pull, and Moolah complaining. It's usually the other way around.
This is going to be a great match, man.
Fight fire with fire. Referee Joe Morella picked for this ladies title match. Another handful of hair, but this time by the champion, and it's Martel down on the canvas. You can just feel the excitement, the anticipation in the air. Nice move by the fabulous one. Snapmare using a handful of hair.
You know, Moolah's definitely no pushover, is she, baby?
Absolutely not. A lot of people over the years have thought that she was and found out differently in a hurry. I don't know, there's some guys I know of that wouldn't think twice. They'd have to think twice about it. You're one of them.
Well, don't be. I knew you were going to say that, Gorilla. So you're trying to humiliate me every time I get on this program with you, man.
I'm not humiliating you. It's the brain that's doing that.
No, are you trying to say that Moolah can whip the mouth of the South? Is that what you're trying to say?
That's a fair statement, yes.
Oh.
Hammerlock by the champion, swinging her around, takes her down to the canvas with it. And look at how she's ramming that up, pulling it out away from the body. That's where all the pressure comes from. It's amazing how much physical punishment the human body can take, and the fabulous one is an testament to that.
You better believe it. You know, she looks in great shape, too, doesn't she, Gorilla?
She certainly does. She's always in great shape. She's had some very serious injuries over the years that she's held the title. Broken legs, broken shoulders that I can remember, rib cages smashed. There she is, still inside that squared circle. Martel now, Sherry with a reverse chin lock. This thing has gone back and forth since the bell rung. Nobody with a decisive advantage here. Fabulous one making it to the ropes. Referee Morello will have to break it. She knows every trick in the trade, does she not?
You better believe it, baby. When it's time to pull hair, she can do it, Daddy. Look at this.
Oh,
Whoa!
big roundhouse right by the champion. Sends a challenger flying. And another one. Martel backed into the corner and Moolah right on her. That's a blatant chokehold. The referee right there making a count. Well, Martel, Sherry looks a little frustrated right now.
You better believe it. She looks a little lost. Look at this. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Look at this.
Turnaround is fair play. Another blatant choke now, but this time by the challenger.
You know, I think the people are getting behind this Sherry Martel, Gorilla.
Well, it may be. Moolah doesn't have too many fans. Irish whip all the way across the ring, face first, right into the top turnbuckle. The champion is down, over for the cover. One. You're not going to beat Moolah like that, I'm afraid.
You know, you better believe it. You know something you just said, too. You know, Moolah doesn't have a lot of fans. You know, nobody needs the fans. The fans don't help you win these
like
matches.
you and the Honky Tonk Man.
Hey, no, wait a minute. We have a lot of fans, man. You know we do.
Hasn't been proven to me. The voting that went down a number of times. You guys come out on the short end both times.
Well, look who counted the votes. That big old fat Jack Tunney, the president, man.
Please.
How can we trust him?
Side headlock now by the challenger. Moolah won't stay in this long. She hates that particular hold. Backdrop. Nailed her with it. Champion down for the cover. 2 count. Nope. Martel slips out the back door. Moolah really measuring her now. Going to work. Got that left arm barred.
You know,
doesn't bend that way.
You better, you know, look at Moolah. She looks in great shape, man. If anybody looks out of shape, this Martel looks a little out of shape.
Well, Moolah trains constantly. Of course, as the ladies champion, you have to train constantly.
That's right, for 28 years, baby.
28 years?
That's what, 28 years, man. That's what the record book says, 28
okay.
years.
As the champion.
That's right, you don't
but
think...
not consecutive years.
Of course not. You don't think I'd come out here without knowing something sitting next to the great Gorilla Monsoon, do you?
It remains to be seen. You also made a few remarks to me that you had Bam Bam Bigelow locked up, and that didn't prove to be true, did it?
Well, let me tell you something. I've got some different strategy on that. Maybe I didn't need him in the first place.
Well, maybe the brain has it. The brain may be right.
No.
Even though he called you a little twerk, it doesn't matter.
He called me a twerk?
Absolutely. Oh, nice knee lift by the champion. Challenger in trouble here in Houston, Texas. Gorilla Monsoon at ringside with the Colonel, the mouth of the South. What a slingshot.
Moolah's got one fan, this guy out in front here.
Absolutely, he was cheering. Well, Fabulous One doing what she does best right now. making life miserable. Oh, headbutt. Haven't seen her use that very often. Martel, Sherry reeling in pain. There's another one right between the eyes.
You know, Gorilla, looks like Moolah's off to a quick start tonight, baby.
Well, she certainly is, and I think she'd like to put every challenger away as quickly as possible at this point in her career.
She looks tough.
She's always tough. Maybe down sometimes, but never out. Referee breaking that one. Another slingshot. Send Sherry halfway across the ring. Moolah can do it all inside that squared circle. After all those years, she knows every move to make, can anticipate the moves of her opponents. Now using a nice leverage drop. Didn't find too many fans in that corner of the ring, did you?
Like I said, you don't need the fans. They don't help you win, man.
Well, I have to disagree with you on that, Mal.
Well, would she be champion for 28 years and you just got through saying she doesn't have any fans, right?
Well, has a lot of ability. Brought her in the hard way, right over the top rope. Look out. Little slingshot here. Whoa! Champion went flying. Head first. Gonna see another one by Sherry. And once again, Moolah on the receiving end. But right into the ropes where she knows she'll be safe.
You know, she looked like one of the Flying Walinda sisters there, didn't
You know the Walindas.
Well, you know, I heard you talk about them before.
Well, we've got them, the Flying Walindas. There's another blatant choke by the challenger. Both of these ladies pulling out all the stops here with the gold on the line, the coveted ladies championship of the world.
That's right. What a break for the Sherry Martel, man.
A slingshot. Turn around is fair play. And Marella warning both ladies about their behavior. Certainly wouldn't want to see a disqualification here. Moolah unloads with another right hand. He throws that just like the honky-tonk man. Slingshot into the corner. And the Fabulous One follows her right in. And another slingshot. Martel was going to, well, Moolah anticipated that move, Jimmy. Made her stop.
You know, I think this Martel was trying to climb out of the ring and get the heck out of the building, baby.
No, I think she was looking for some kind of a high cross body, maybe off the turnbuckles, but Moolah was one step ahead of her, as she usually is, one step ahead of everybody.
You better believe it, baby. The Fabulous Moolah.
Out on the concrete right now, the challenger, Sherry Martel, not the place to be. Really taking her lumps so far in this match. Oh, you can look at the expression on her face and tell that she's taking a pounding out there.
Look at Moolah, baby. She's taking no prisoners.
Uh-oh. Sherry grabbed the leg from underneath the bottom rope and drags her out, and both ladies now out on the concrete. It's gone. It's mayhem here now. Whoa, slammed her right down on the concrete floor. Champion doesn't look much like a champion right now. And a couple of knee drops. Champion's in deep trouble here, Jimmy.
You better believe it, Daddy.
Wow. Did you see that shot? Double axe handle under the chin. And now it's Moolah with a slam. Oh. Things like that make me glad I retired.
Let me tell you something, Gorilla. Look at Moolah, man. She's ready, Daddy. Look at her.
She's always ready. Just when you think she's down and out and ready to call it quits, she's right back in there. Look at this double handful of hair, pulling her up on the apron now. Ah, backwards over the top rope, excuse me. Champion really measuring the challenger now, and right out the other side and down to the concrete once again. Things not looking too well for the challenger.
I think the Sherry Martel's made the Fabulous Moolah a little hot.
Boy, she knows how to hurt you out there, that's for sure. Be surprised if Sherry can put it together and climb back in, although she's attempting it, and Moolah right there to stop her. She's getting a little assistance there from somebody outside the ring, Jimmy.
Yeah, who is this guy?
I don't know.
Maybe it's her father, huh?
Might be the jacket man, takes the jackets back to the locker room. But Moolah well in control of this one. Up on that top rope for a little additional leverage. Look at this, slams her back in. Oh, look at that, Sherry hooked her, takes her over. It's unreal. History's been made here. think that Moolah got a little bit overconfident. And look at this, Sherry gives her a shot with the belt. Unbelievable, history-making Texas.
History, Gorilla. We're on history, baby.
Wow, a new ladies world champion, Sherry Martel, here in the Sam Houston Coliseum in Houston, Texas. I can't believe it.
I'm shocked. This is unbelievable.
Everybody's in shock as the gold raised high overhead. The new champion.
This is the Coliseum Classic, one of those great events from the long and illustrious history of the WWE. Now, many of you fans in the home video audience have written in and requested to see a scientific match, and we have a beauty for you. From February 1978, Tatsumi Fujinami and Ted Adams meet in New York's Madison Square Garden for the World Wrestling Federation Junior Heavyweight title.
All the way along, you're going to see an excellent classical wrestling match with a lot of style and possibly a lot of moves that were in their day innovative, and yet today we may have lost several of the moves that these young men used. For example, that fine head scissors there when Ted Adams came through and took by surprise the Japanese Fujinami, who is trying to sort of regroup himself at the moment and wondering what on earth happened to him just then. But he recovers very, very quickly, snaps over Adams in this fine headlock and holds him tightly. Our referee there checking to make sure that that headlock is legally applied and not cutting off the wind of Ted Adams. And the Japanese wrestler, as all of our Asiatic wrestlers, quite inscrutable. It's difficult to see if any pain is actually being registered to him, and he's pressing here hard, although he's trapped in this nice over the wrist. Just a wonderful rolling headlock with the legs by Fujinami there, and it was a kind of head scissor that came off at the last moment. A move seldom seen these days, and yet most effective. Adams very quickly out of that, and even more quickly back in, but quickly out again. These men are just moving so sharply and crisply from one move to the other. They're circling each other now, and here is a test of strength, and I would say that, well, there you see, they didn't really test each other for strength. It was a pushover, and Adams definitely got the best of that to start with. The Japanese wrestler making a nice wrestling bridge. Adams trying to force him down. A tremendous exhibition of power there by this young Japanese wrestler. And especially difficult from that bridge position. Puts himself out and rolls him in a European-style pinning hold combination there with his legs, but not quite able to hold his man down. Adams a very slippery customer indeed. And obviously a man who's been inside this ring many times. Look at this again. Here's a nice replay of that action. Unfortunately, Fujinami couldn't get his right leg to cross over the shoulder. Once again, look at the incredible suppleness of actually both these men. And the Japanese ends with a reverse surfboard on Ted Adams. If he could get that just a little higher, it would definitely be a submission hold. But no, Adams is denying him that right now. And the Japanese wrestler, Fujinami, is trying to turn him and brings this right over into a back hammerlock there. Adams nicely out of that. Obviously, these two men are very, very experienced and well-trained wrestlers. Headlock by Adams, holding his Japanese opponent in that. Adams showing a lot of upper body strength in this move. And one would think, by looking at these two men, that the Japanese would definitely have that department sewn up. Nice tackle by Adams, sends the jab down. Again, another cross. Oh, a kind of one-legged drop kick there, and most effective, although the second one missed. Fujinami very, very quick to throw that second one, and Adams even quicker to take advantage of it and miss that. Now Adams plays and going for a high-risk move, going right to the top rope. Fujinami is right down on the canvas. A plunge by Adams, complete miss. I'm afraid Fujinami set Adams up for that all the way there, knew what was happening, and managed to avert that at the last moment. Now it's Adams is really taking the initiative in this, and this is quite surprising. Oh, what a Good move by Fujinami there. Following that up by stretching the left leg of Adams. And now Fujinami seems to have taken a little of the control and obviously a lot more authority. Trapping that right leg with his left leg and yet twisting the ankle of the right one. Adams smartly away from that hold. Adams doing exceptionally well here where people thought that he would be outclassed. And here's a most unusual arm lock by Fujinami. Adams reaching again to bring him over in that headmare position. Struggling a little now in the corner. Adams a tremendous right. And another tremendous right. And a third, this time flooring Fujinami. Fujinami having no response to this particular attack by Adams. Here we go, one. Only a 1 count. Fujinami still obviously very, very strong and powerful. A tremendous right to the upper section there of Fujinami. And Fujinami shaking his head here, obviously at the moment, not quite sure of what is going on. Bringing Fujinami over by that right arm. Adams into this bout much more than anybody could possibly have believed, because as I said before, Fujinami has always been considered a very main title contender, and yet Ted Adams, who has not necessarily been rated and possibly underrated, is now giving Fujinami all that he can handle. Fujinami, for him, this is a must match here. He must win this if he wishes to go forward. But Adams denying him that. In fact, right now, if this match were to be decided on a points victory, you could definitely say that Adams would be in control of that. Snugging up there on the right arm of Fujinami, holding it. Fujinami trying to slither out there. Hold a nice rolling cradle there, holding Fujinami 1, 2, and a very, very close count there. And now Fujinami must be wondering, it must be going through his head, what on earth did I sign for here? I thought this was going to be an easy match, and it's not. Adams really a blistering attack here. Throwing Fujinami in. Oh, a high cross-body tackle, holding Fujinami down, but not trapping that leg. A little bit sloppy there by Adams. If he'd have taken his left leg, I'm sure we would have seen a victory here for the young Ted Adams, and what a feather in his cap that would have been. Fujinami now a little desperate. He's not thinking things out any longer. He's trying desperation moves here, and they're not working for him. Adams still in control of this match, as from almost the outset he has been all the time. Putting all that weight there on the left arm and shoulder of Fujinami and forcing him down. Good bridge work there by young Fujinami, though, has denied Adams that pinning fall that he needs. Nice front headlock by Adams. Oh, some really super moves there. Oh, and a drop kick right out the blue by Fujinami. Fujinami seems to have shaken the cobwebs off, and he's coming back now very, very strong. Adams didn't like that at all. And he's going to try and turn this into a boxing match, but the referee is right there, remonstrating with him, right in on this. This has been such an excellent match between these two youngsters. Adams going over. I don't think he's going to hold him there, and Fujinami still struggling, still trying to regain his composure, waited for that 2 count before he pushed him out. Sometimes a dangerous thing to do. Adams backs the Japanese back to the ropes, hits him with 2 hard rights, and now throws him across that ring with a lot of force. Another hard right to the midsection, and Fujinami has taken a lot of punishment in this bout. Adams saying, yes, I got the idea now. I'm going to beat him, and it's going to be me. He's gesturing to his own way, so I'm going to be the one who's going to go for that championship shot. An elbow there to the head, another clobbering blow to the back of the neck, and yet another one, and Fujinami in a lot of trouble. Fine headmare, Fine head mare there by Adams. Beautiful drop kick. Floors his man once again. And I must say that this bout has been all in Adams' favor. And it's a wonder to me that Fujinami has been able to muster any sort of offense after all the blows he's been subjected to. However, look at Fujinami now. Takes him in. Throws him across that ring. Ah, a knife edge there, right to the top chest. Drops across him here. This could be extremely close. A 1-2, and it was almost a surprise victory for Fujinami, snatching this bout, you might say, right out of nothing at all. He's going for a nice suplex hold here. He's got him in a cross-arm suplex. Adams able to break that. In fact, takes him up in a fireman's carry. He's going to deposit him there on the corner, and that's not particularly positive thinking by Adams. However, he allows Fujinami to escape, just sat him up on the ropes there and stood back. I don't know, Adams was undecided there, and that indecision could be costly at this point in the bout. Top wrist lock. Takes down Fujinami. Fujinami still has a lot of strength there. He's absorbed a lot of blows, struggling and twisting and turning. He's a difficult man to pin down, and Adams is beginning to know that now. In fact, I see the first signs of fatigue taking over in Adams. He just can't seem to hold Fujinami down, and that might be the key to this bout. It may be that Fujinami's game plan here was to wear down Adams. Maybe he did his homework better than we did, because everybody expected Fujinami to outclass young Ted Adams, and that has not happened. Nice reversal there by Adams. He certainly knows his wrestling moves. Obviously been well coached, well trained, applying a lot of pressure to that left leg, the Fujinami. Adams again holding that left leg, taking his man down. Fujinami puts a boot to the jaw of Adams. He doesn't seem too comfortable with that there. And now a nice kickoff by Fujinami, but it only seems to stir Adams to even further efforts here. He's gesturing once again with a fist, and the referee stepping in there telling him, no, 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 don't do that. Don't spoil this bout, because I'll disqualify you if you do. Adams thinks better of that. Fujinami backs him into the corner, but Adams reverses it. Throws him right across into that turnbuckle, comes up. Monkey climbs him, straight over the top. Fujinami extremely slow coming to his feet now. He has absorbed a lot of punishment during this match. A quick one and a European-styled uppercut there with the right forearm. A high drop kick right to the jaw of Adams, and absolutely floored Adams. Picking him up now, and now it's Adams who's slow getting to his feet. Now Fujinami taking the initiative. That pendulum has swung slightly. A nice backdrop by Fujinami. Puts Adams down again, and Adams now definitely showing signs of fatigue. Trapping that left arm, throwing him in once again to ropes. Going once again for that fireman's carry. And possibly an airplane spin. Indeed it is. And this is one of Fujinami's better holds. In fact, he's finished quite a few like this, and dumps him down. Staggers a little bit himself, and I'm surprised at that. Fujinami definitely unsure of himself, whereas Adams is reeling and is very, very dizzy and just cannot stay. Both men unable to stay on their feet. Obviously, the punishment these men took before this particular move is now showing itself. Fujinami, a back, beautiful bridge there, a back suplex, and what a brilliant victory there for the young Japanese Tatsumi Fujinami. A very confident victory, a fine win. Ted Adams certainly not disgraced, but a great victory for the young Japanese boy, Tatsumi Fujinami.
The time of the fall, 15 minutes, 6 seconds. The winner of this bout, and still champion, Tatsumi Fujinami.
And his tag team partner from Detroit, Michigan, George the Animal Steele.
Our finale, another tag team encounter you've never seen before. Billy Jack Haynes paired with George the Animal Steel to take on two of Mr. Fuji's most brutal and sinister creations, Axe and Smash, the Demolition. Let's go to ringside with Craig DeGeorge, who is joined for expert analysis by a man who knows Mr. Fuji only too well, none other than The Rock, Don Morocco.
Tendon, ruptured the tendon, and he'll be out there for some time. Now look at George the Animal Steel taking care of everybody, including the referee.
Yeah, George is unpredictable.
Unorthodox, certainly, would you say the most unorthodox wrestler?
And he
in the World
has
Wrestling
nice
Federation?
fur, too.
Call that hair.
Oh. These two guys are a team, though, Craig. I don't know. They work their precision. They move. They're like a Swiss watch.
Billy Jack and Steel.
Oh, Billy Jack and Steel are good, too. But
you're talking about Demolition?
I'm talking about Demolition.
Oh.
They've been tagged together for quite a while.
Well, I think they're really in the mold of Mr. Fuji. Take a look at that devilish character. I mean, does Demolition represent...
all the evils and sins of all mankind.
Does Demolition represent...
right across his face.
The ideal tag team for Mr. Fuji? I mean, they're perfect for Mr. Fuji. Axe and Smash, and Billy Jack and George the Animal Steel. Craig DeGeorge with Don Morocco, the magnificent one, ringside. And we're set to go. At least in this situation, Billy Jack and Steel have someone outside the ring as well in the form of Ken Patera.
I'm sure that cast would wrap up against Fuji's Kane any old day.
It'd be a good battle as well. Well, Smash going to work, rather Axe, on Billy Jack Haynes.
Boom,
and
boom.
the ropes, good duck by Billy Jack. Cross body block, he may get him here.
Oh, nice drop kick.
Good drop kick. Oh, we talked about the precision.
Barely dented the big man, though.
Oh, he got him down. I think he got to wear down Demolition.
Yeah. No question. George Steele and Billy Jack make a heck of a team. I would like to see, until Ken Patera hurt his arm, I think it was signed that Billy Jack and Ken Patera to wrestle Demolition. George is a wild man and unpredictable, but may lead away from the tag team type of action, and he certainly can control his own in the ring.
Yeah.
But as far as two brutal forces meeting together, I think that would have been Patera and Billy Jack would have been something to say.
Look at the Animal.
They don't
I mean, look at Axe and Smash. They don't know what to do with George the Animal Steel. I guess you get into that kind of situation. How do you react?
Yeah, this can really throw off their timing.
Yeah.
Mr. Fuji's got to do a lot of mind-to-mind work here right now.
Let's see if Demolition is prepared. You know, as you said, it was signed Billy Jack and Patera. George Steele a late addition, and that could be a problem for Demolition. They weren't ready to take on Steele. Oh, but they're doing a good job here. Smash going to work on the Animal.
I think that's Crash. The Smash.
Couple of shots to the midsection.
He's blasting and crashing and smashing all over the place. George Steele.
Oh, George in trouble now on the ropes, but manages to break free. Steele under the ropes. Takes a forearm. No, he bites the forearm. Forget about any thoughts of a clothesline there. And Billy Jack is in. Good shots to Smash.
That leather they wear must help absorb a lot of the...
Yeah. I would think you have to be careful when you hit them as well because of those metal little points that jut out on the leather straps.
Their size, they don't need too much help.
Oh, Billy Jack took a tough shot into the turnbuckle. That's the type of shot that could affect you, I would think, throughout the match. He took it right up.
He could take you out of wrestling business altogether.
Clothesline. Well, after the outset, it has been all Demolition to this point. Billy Jack is flipped now. They got perhaps a choke on him. Look at Fuji's Kane in there. Fuji's Kane is trying to choke Billy Jack Haynes. And the referee never saw it, as you could see.
Teamwork.
He was distracted by Smash.
That's the creation of the devilish Mr. Fuji of an outstanding team.
Well, you got to remember who they're trying to fool. That's Billy Jack Haynes, and it will take more than a cane to get Billy Jack Haynes.
Dave Hebner's a heck of a referee, too, but with Mr. Fuji outside, and all the years and experience he's got as a manager, one referee is certainly no match for anything running through Fuji.
Need I remind you, Ken Patera is on the opposite side of that ring, and I would think Mr. Fuji tries any trickery.
Well, I don't think Fuji would jump in the ring.
Well, he's got his cane in the ring.
Well,
they're going to work on Billy Jack Haynes. He's trying to bust out of it, but oh, he is. Couple of shots to the midsection. Good duck by Haynes. Another neat move. Look at that. Big elbow drop. Now Steele goes to work. Now this is a good tag team.
WWF is alive and well.
Listen to this crowd.
Everybody going wild, having a good time.
Haynes trying to put the finishing touches on.
I think George takes half the paint off of
Fuji trying to get some words in.
Wonder if his tongue is green or black now.
Who's that? Steele?
George Steele.
Well, we'll see. We get another close-up. Now George Steele is in there. And he goes to work. Couple of shots to the neck area of Smash. He's got him up. Look out here. Oh! Powerful body drop. But, you know, George Steele has had problems occasionally where he gets distracted himself. That hurt him there.
George is more of an enforcer than he is a tag wrestler. George is a good person to have watching your back, in your corner, by your side. But when it comes to tagging back and forth, timing, he can cause you to get behind a little bit. That's what Ken Patera's in the corner for, like you reminded me.
Right. And he's still green, Don. Definitely still green.
Yeah.
Yep.
He got some of the pain.
Well, Axe putting some chops on George Steele. Now Smash coming in. Couple of shots to the back. Oh, they got the neck right over that rope area.
Look at that head.
Oh, and again, Fuji came in there. Look at that king. He got a shot with his right arm in there, and again, the referee did not pick it up. Now 2-on-1 on George Steele. Boy, he'd be best to try and roll over and get Billy Jack into it at this point. Headlock on Steele.
Tremendous resilience of the animal, though. You just saw him take a heck of a beating. He's driving a 300-pound man backwards across the ring.
Well, he got Billy Jack in there. What an effort, as you said.
Ref missed the tag. Mr. Fuji had his man working on the side.
Boy, the referee again missed the tag, and this could be it. Well, look at this. Billy Jack keeping the referee distracted, and good job by Billy Jack. If Steele could have been pinned there, I think you could have counted to 3 at that point.
Well, a lot of times a wrestler, you don't see the referee there, and it's a good time to catch and win. It's a good time to catch him, take a breather or something. Things aren't going the right way.
I would think, though, if you have a pin, you have to take the pin.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about George Steele.
Oh, okay. Unfortunate for Demolition. Look at Mr. Fuji trying to blindside Kenny Patera. That is not a good idea. George Steele taking some shots from Smash again. And again in that corner where Mr. Fuji has done a lot of damage. There he is now.
This is what Mr. Fuji brings out in a tag team. The ability to manipulate a referee, move a referee around, have his back turned the right direction at the right time, and take advantage, whip a pour out on him.
This could be it for, what a good move by Steele. What a beautiful reversal by George the Animal Steele. Manages to get Billy Jack Haynes in. Here comes Billy Jack. Punch for punch.
He's not going to be stopped either.
He's giving it to Smash. Good. Shot by Haynes. Now he works on Axe. Billy Jack Haynes is taking care
On
of
the
both of them.
warpath.
Beautiful clothesline. That could be it. He got a beauty on him. Hooks the leg. No. And it was Axe that came in, but look at George the Animal still taking care of Axe.
I think his fur is sticking up on the back of his neck.
Again, Fuji trying to get him. And now Billy Jack nails Fuji. Fuji in a very precarious spot in the ring, but he manages to crawl out. A full Nelson being applied now. Oh, havoc in the ring. Billy Jack Haynes. Oh, they got him. Billy Jack Haynes had the full Nelson on, and again the referee didn't see it. And then as you saw, Axe came in and hit Billy Jack with the cane. Let's pick that up.
Where was Ken Patera?
Oh, Patera actually tried to get in a couple of times, but he was kind of thwarted off. And again, that cane, Don Morocco, we talked about it throughout the match, came into play. And George the Animal's going to have the last laugh here. Now Patera's in there doing some work.
Too little, too late.
Well, perhaps missed something for the next time. Let's take a look at that replay, Don. Take us through it.
He's got the full Nelson. His hands are locked. He's tied him up.
There's the cane right to the back of the neck of Billy Jack Haynes. You saw it right there.
Fuji left it planted right there. That's why he is the manager that he is.
And it looked like that full Nelson would have given them the victory as well. It was a terrific full Nelson.
I certainly set him up for a pin anyway.
Well, they're attending now to Billy Jack Haynes.